The real purpose is the advancement of the intellect, of the mind, and that because of course the Quran, for example, I believe in the Quran, right, as a Muslim, but I also believe in the other scriptures, the Bible, for example, the Torah. But this is the newest scripture. This is the newest revelation.
Yes,
this is the final one. This is the one that everybody has to know about.
Yes.
Every Hindu, every Sikh, every Jew, every Christian, every Muslim, every non-Muslim, every atheist has to know. It's the newest, latest. But in there, it was not, as you mentioned, told for people to go worship.
Yes.
The first word is Arabic word iqra, which means to read.
Yes.
Then we're told to use the writing instrument in the same revelation.
Yes.
So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sent his people, like the Jesus did, globally. In this case, though, more deliberately. He said, seek knowledge. He didn't quantify it. That's why we have to understand that Islam did create the sciences, because he was the first person to set up an international community of knowledge seekers.
And it's unfortunately, when we talk about knowledge, and some of the Muslim scholars will tell you it is the knowledge about religion, rather than, as you said, it's unqualified knowledge. Know everything about this world. Go and find out.
Go and find out whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now seeking knowledge to China, as this man said, would have been a very long travel.
Yes.
On horseback or camel or by foot, even by foot, would be the equivalent of probably going to about 150 nations.
Yes.
Now that just shows you how that was the stimulus for the, and plus, we talk about this in the enslavement. That means your black brother's your brother, your brown brother's your brother, your white brother's your brother. There was a study done by Western scholars on who wrote the books. Who wrote the books by the Islamic people in astronomy, in physiology, in anatomy, in medicine, in pharmacy, in physics.
But do these books exist today?
The books exist.
And are they used as references?
The books exist, and the British Library has the biggest amount in secret file. The books exist in Timbuktu. They've just unearthed a group. They exist in the Ottoman in Turkey. They do exist, but don't forget, most of them were destroyed by the Vikings, the Crusaders, the Mongols. 95% were destroyed, but still, they exist. But just so we can get a perspective, 95% of the books were written by non-Arabs, the books on the sciences. Egyptians, Afghans, Persians, white Greeks, Europeans who had become Muslims, Africans.
We'll have to go for a break here. It's an interesting topic. Please stand by. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Spirit of Islam. Once again, I'd like to thank all of those who wrote to us in support of the show. I'd like to remind you, if you enjoy this show, please visit our website and donate to keep this show going. Today we're talking about Muslims' contribution to civilization. As I mentioned earlier, it is very misunderstood that we are, as humans, are here on earth to worship God. And a lot of the scholars misunderstanding say the worship is in praying and fasting all the time. And this is a total misunderstanding. The best way to worship God is to use the skills and abilities He gives you to be the best at what you can be. To be the best doctor, the best engineer, the best astronomist, the best musician, the best at what you can do. And that's what we're talking today with our guest, Dr. Kaasem Khaleel. So, Dr. Kaasem, sorry, we stopped you before the break.
It's good, because this in Arabic is known as Fard al-Kifaya, which is an absolute requirement. We have young, now we'll speak to our Muslim and non-Muslim friends, our Christian friends, our Jewish friends, all of our people, that we have young Muslim people who think it's their duty to go to Medina and spend their whole youth there, and then what do they do for their family? What do they do for their career? By that time, their youth is much exhausted. Their obligation is to take care, according to the great Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 50% of your life is your family. And that's just the marriage. That doesn't include the grandparents and the aunts and the other loved ones and friends and the stranger and a person in need and the pitiful and the orphans. So 80% of our duty is to the human being.
Yes.
How can we help the human being better than if we're a physician? And we know our world well, and we do